Africa, where people die of malaria. 4,000, 5,000 kids die of malaria every single day. So, you know, and that's not just for a period of time, that's on an ongoing basis. And so we have so many challenges that we still have to face, and we still have to find solutions for. But all these things have caused a lot of pain, and not only to human beings, but also to nature. Our avid, desire to overuse things and overconsume, and our whole economic system based on extreme consumption and constant growth, which is really not a sensible and even a sustainable model, because nothing grows forever. And so all these things have caused us to just exploit the resources of the earth, exploit people's labor in such a way that we are causing a lot of damages. We are causing a lot of damage to our environment. We are causing a lot of damage to people's life, because we cannot find a balanced way to share the common resources of this planet in a sensible way, and to be frugal about how we manage our resources so that everybody or most people's need can be met. So all this causes a lot of pain: wars, pollution, disrespect for each other, each other's culture, each other's color. We find every single reason to see a difference between us, so that we can have a reason to justify behaviors that are not behaviors that are forwarding life and bringing the humanity as a whole to thrive. So we have a lot of things that we need to cleanse, and we need to bring this spirit of purity, and we have to place our desire into pouring this libation as something that we want to look forward to, and we want to be imbued with. So when we make our reflections, we think about that, and we talk about that, and we bring that forward in our intention every day as we live. The fourth attribute that water has is absolute flexibility. So absolute flexibility means what? Means that we adapt. We are capable. Water is capable to go through anything and find its way, and seep in the little holes, in the little any place in the world where water needs to go through. Water always finds its way. So it's a great symbol of hope to say we might be in a place in our lives where we are stuck, and where things are not going okay, and where we are not content with the situation, like what's going on now with the demonstration about police brutality and equality, especially for African people or people of African descent all over the world. Really, it's been going on for a couple of centuries, but yet again we are still here today dealing with the same kind of mindset, and we have the same stereotype that are guiding our behaviors and our beliefs, and all of this just because we don't want to learn our history, or we don't want to sit down around a table and talk truth into our life experience, and say and find out how we can mend these differences, and how we can make correction for something that was terribly wrong. And so water shows us that although things can be difficult and you can have obstacles in front of you, there is always a way to circumvent the obstacle. You can go through, but if you cannot go through, you can go around, you can find other ways. So this flexibility is something that can inspire us to be more flexible when the way we look at things, and to be open to looking at other people's perspective, and how we can also gain courage to know that although we may have obstacles, if we are made of water, and if we behave like water, if we understand our ability to adapt and to be flexible, then we gain in strength and motivation to continue putting our agenda forward and trying to find solution that we will eventually find, because water always finds its way. The last one I'm going to talk about, or not the last one, the one that I want to talk about is the strength of water. Water is extremely strong. Water is about, looking very malleable. You can divide water in tiny droplets, but when water comes together, there is very little that can really resist water when water is tormented and water is united. So the strength of water, especially when you look at tormented water, I don't know if any one of you can just think about a tsunami. Water can be a great equalizer, meaning that when you have exaggerate into the way the water is handled, or the energy, the type of energy, can cause enough turmoil for the water to stir up and become the greatest force in nature and can annihilate everything. Many religions, many traditions think about the great deluge and the great flood, meaning that water can eventually, if it just comes to that we cannot find a balance, water can be something that is so forceful that can come and overtake everything and make anew. So this is a spirit that we have to understand, that sometimes, we can try to work things out, but if we don't find, peaceful and harmonious solutions, sometimes what can come can be so devastated that it leaves everyone completely annihilated, because nature will start anew. We've not always been on this planet, and we may not always be in this planet. There's many beings that were here before us that have completely vanished. And this is also something we have to remember and take into consideration. Nature will always give us a chance, a proposal. However, if we do not respect, then this is where the problem can come, and we can actually create so much imbalance in this system that we can really cause the system to try to press, almost like do a reset. And this is what we don't want to do. So the last thing I want to talk is about Ubuntu. And Ubuntu is about togetherness. It's about unity. And water also symbolizes unity, because we are like droplets. And when we pour droplets in a jar like I did today, I put a bunch of droplets of water, and now I have a body of water in here. And this body of water is, together. However, I can also take a droplet out of it, but this droplet that I'm going to take out is not going to be the same droplet as I put in. It's going to be that droplet, including all the other droplets of all the waters that I pour before. So it symbolizes that this is what really Ubuntu means. Ubuntu is really about coming together so you can be transformed and you can become, a symbol of the whole. You can keep your integrity, because water will keep its integrity. Every droplet will keep its integrity. However, every droplet will be modified and will include every other the experience of the other droplets. So I can take water from a river, I can take water from a lake, I can take the water from the sea and put it all together. So when I pull it out, is it water from the river? Is it water from the sea? Is it water from the lake? Nobody really knows. So it's going to be no water. And this is what Ubuntu is teaching us. Ubuntu is teaching us that we are a whole. We are part of one. And it takes also our intention and our understanding to build that unity and to build that oneness, and to realize that our faith is linked together, that we are on this planet together and our faith is linked. So we have to be able to understand through these type of processes that it's primordial that we place our intention to be part of the community and to work for the better and the good of the entire community, not just as individual but as a community, because what is good for our community as a whole is also great for us as individual. So this is really the major thing that I wanted to share with you today. So now I'm going to pour the libation. It's a very simple principle. It's just pouring libation, giving thanks to the ancestors and giving thanks to this life experience, and then that's basically it. Okay, so now that you know more about the process of libation and Ubuntu, let's all be in a place of reverence, and so we can pour libation. So I am Queen Diambi, and I'm coming here in the nature to pour libation for all my ancestors, to thank them for their life, to thank them for their life experience and everything that they have done to keep themselves alive so that I can be here today. I pour libation for all the ancestors of all the people with me today watching this video and going through this experience of the Ubuntu Love Festival and then of the Ubuntu Love Challenge. I pour libation for all the ancestors that have inspired us to become the person that we are today. I pour libation for all the ascended masters, all the teachers that have come to this planet to teach us how to be better people. I pour libation in gratitude to the primordial ancestor from which everything emanates. I pour libation in gratitude to the mighty ancestor from which we all come. I pour libation to thank life for everything life has given to us, and pour libation so that this enterprise can be a great success. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for supporting. Thank you very much for reflecting on Ubuntu and accepting the challenge of letting go of a lot of things that are not carrying forward life, but embracing, the principle of Ubuntu so we can build togetherness and love. Thank you.